Respect everyone's time. Okay, so we're going to record. Jamie, you can just unmute yourself when it's time, or I can unmute you or whatever. All right, guys, so welcome. It's Thursday, August 13th, 2015. What? Yay, I finally got Wi-Fi yesterday, so I feel like a normal human being that can operate an online business again, and I feel way more organized. So anyways, I'm excited to talk to you guys tonight about a topic that has completely changed my life and my business, which is how to grow your volume. Volume is something that always confused the crap out of me, and sometimes it still does, to be really honest. So I constantly have to go watch videos myself on it, but we will get through this process together. And I know it can be something that can be super confusing, but it's so important to understand, because if you have income goals in your business and if you want to go really far, this is something that's vital to make sure that you understand. So we're going to start out real quick before we get into it with some recognition. And I want you guys to raise your hand if you're on the call and you rank advanced this week. Whoop, whoop. Chelsea, raise your hand, girlfriend. Susanna, whoop, whoop, raise your hand. Yay. Anyone else have a coach that rank advanced this week, or did you rank advance yourself? Raise your hand. Or if you rank advanced in the past few weeks and we didn't recognize you, raise your hand. I think there's several of you on here. Robin and Dana, you guys ranked advanced recently. Whoop, whoop, get it. All right. Congrats also to all of our Success Club rock stars that are already reaching Success Club this month. Raise your hand if you're already in Success Club this month. I'm going to raise half the hand because I'm almost there. I think I have 4 points. I should be at 4 by now, but I'm determined to be at 10 by tomorrow. Let's see, any new coaches? We don't have any new coaches that are on here. So if any new coaches that are listening to the recording, we welcome all of you guys. I deleted all the updates. So I guess we're not going to have any updates this week. Usually I go over the challenge packs, but I think you guys all know that Size is on sale right now. What else was there? The updates? Super Saturday coming up October 17th, I want to say, or Super Sunday, depending on your region. Get on the wait list for Summit 2016. You want to get on there ASAP. And I think that's really it. If I left any updates out, you guys let me know. We are still in the works of trying to plan when we want to have a diamond retreat, so we will keep you guys updated on that. We will also be reworking and revising and making brand new training videos for boot camp next month. So we look forward to that. And organizing Dropbox, but we're waiting till the Team Cup is over. So raise your hand if you're on a Team Cup team. Whoop, whoop. Who's loving the Team Cup? I'm loving the Team Cup. We just had our Zoom call earlier, and it's been really great to keep. Honestly, I had to go back to basics after I moved and traveled across the country. You guys, I've been a hot freaking mess. So having that accountability and going back to the basics has definitely helped me a lot. Raise your hand if you plan on winning some prizes for the Team Cup or winning the Team Cup in general. Yeah, get it? All right, cool. So we're going to go ahead and go into our topic tonight, which is how to grow your volume and your income. I'm going to start out to talk to you guys a little bit about why you want to focus on this and how. And then Miss Beautiful Jamie is going to go through some important ways to use the back office and crunch some numbers for you guys, because she's more of a numbers person than I am. So I want you guys to raise your hand if you completely understand how the team cycle bonus works and how you get paid with that when it comes down to volume. Raise your hand if you understand how it works. I'm going to raise a finger because, like I said, I have a good understanding of it, but it's still an area that I struggle with, honestly. My sponsor, Lindsay, has luckily helped me a lot with this area because she's such a numbers person, and I'm just completely lost with a lot of it, but she's helped me a lot. But like I said, it's so important. If you want to treat your business as a business, like I have to make it a point to understand this stuff. So if we want to get paid like a business, we have to understand how we can get paid like a business, right? Okay, so I want you to raise your hand if you want to be completely financially free and have no debt whatsoever. Yes, I love it. You guys are all going to be on that stage next year getting recognized for the financial freedom. It is like the most freeing flipping feeling you will ever have in your life. Honestly, you guys, I just got the chills thinking about this. This time last year, I had between $40,000 and $50,000 of debt, and now I have zero. And I'm not saying that to brag, but it's just freaking amazing. So if you want to become debt free, and if you want to earn a substantial income, a 6-figure income, a 7-figure income with this business, this is something that you have to understand. So I think I posted about this in the team page. maybe last week, I can't remember. I had my biggest check that I had ever had a couple weeks ago. My check for 1 week, it like blows my mind. It was $4,000 for a week. Like that is seriously flipping amazingly insane. And again, that is not to brag. I want to share with you guys where my income was a year ago. A year ago, I think I was maybe making $4,000 to $5,000 a month as a coach, which that's an average income. That was more than I made at my full-time job. But to make in 1 week what I used to make in a month a year ago, it's insane. And that's all because of volume growing. My new mentor, actually, we had a Zoom call this morning, and she told me, I can't even remember the percentage or what it was, but she said, I have so many elite points from my volume growing year over year that I already maxed out that category. Like, I don't even know when it was, like a month or so ago. So this is something that you truly want to grasp a hold of. And I know that there's several other people on this team that have really taken a hold of growing their volume. Chelsea, for example, we were texting the other day, and I can't remember what the exact numbers were, and I won't share her income exactly with you, but she basically, I think, is making like 6 times, 7, 8 times the amount of her team cycle bonus of what she was a few months ago. Is that right, Chelsea? Just give me a thumbs up. Okay, so Chelsea's team cycle bonus is about 8 times as much as what it was a few months ago. So it's crazy what can happen in such a short period of time. Okay, 6 months ago. I know Jamie, we posted last week about Jamie's income being 73% or something around that. Jamie, correct me if I'm wrong, of what her full-time income is with Beachbody. So I'm just giving you guys a few examples of what is possible with this business. And Chelsea and Jamie both, of course, Chelsea quit her job. How long has it been, Chelsea? A few months now. Chelsea's quit her job, so this is all that she does. But when she started, she was a full-time nurse, and she was crazy busy. And Jamie is crazy busy and has a full-time job and 2 kids. So I'm just saying all that to say that this is totally possible to make this happen, you guys. You don't have to have a ton of hours to grow a big business. So let's see. I'm just looking through my notes of what else I was going to say. It's definitely something, like I said, that if you want to reach any of your goals, now if your goals are a little bit smaller and you just want to earn enough to pay for your product, then this topic isn't particularly important to you. But if you have any substantial goal, like I said, you're going to want to understand this. It is very difficult to build a 6-figure income or a substantial income on just sales alone. Just to give you guys an idea, depending on what week it is, about 90 to 95% of my paycheck is coming from my team cycle bonus. So of course I have new customers every month. I constantly achieve Success Club. I have new people coming in, but most of what my income is coming from what the team is doing. So, and that's because of all the volume that is generated on the team, because you guys are flipping awesome. So we're going to share more about that in a little bit so that you guys can understand exactly how you can do the same thing too. So, and I want to just say one thing real quick too. I'm going to post about this in the team page, but there's a group called Beachbody Champions, and they do like an open Q&A, I think once a week, with like a different leader in Beachbody. So they asked me to do it tomorrow. So if you guys want to get on there tomorrow, it's at 10:30 my time. So that's 1:30 Eastern time. I'm going to be talking about doing recruiting blitzes and how I made that the focus of my business. And that's really the one thing that has propelled my business to where it is and how my income has grown so much. If you're not familiar with the recruiting blitz, we're actually getting ready to do one here soon. We'll give you more details when we have them, but it's a very simple thing that you can implement. You can still do a challenge group when you do it. I'm still getting my size group ready to start on Monday, but recruiting blitzes are definitely always my focus because number one, I'm so passionate about how much freedom this business gives you. I want to share it with everybody. And number two, if you want to, I remember my sponsor told me when I still have my old job, Jessica, if you want to quit your job and if you want to grow a big income, you're going to have to grow a big team and have a successful team and teach them to duplicate. So when she told me that, I was just like, okay, I've got to figure this out. So recruiting and focusing on that and getting your team to duplicate is definitely what will grow your volume. Okay, so now I'm going to talk to you about some ways to grow your volume. I'm not going to go into too many complicated things. I'm just going to give you guys a few ideas before I hand it over to Jamie, and she's going to go into more specifics. So are you guys all familiar with what, when you go into your online office, do you know which one is your team leg and which one is your personal leg? Do you know what that means? Raise your hand. If you don't, it's okay. I never used to know what it meant. Okay, so we're just going to do a screen share real quick. So when you log into your Coach Online Office, you're going to notice where it says, are you guys laughing at my background? That's my vision board. Oh, this is my second business center. Okay, so this is my second business center, so it's not going to be as impressive as my first, but it's going to give you guys a general idea of how to find this. So there's a couple different ways to look if my freaking internet would work. There should be somewhere that will show up here on the bottom left of the screen that's going to tell you what your volume is for the week. This is not working as I planned. So you might notice that one of the legs may have a lot more volume than the other leg. For instance, in my first business center, my left leg, my volume, here it goes. This is my second business center, like I said, so this is going to be a lot different. You can see that my right leg team volume is 390 and my left leg is 270. So more than likely, I have to go check, I'm pretty sure. The right leg is going to be my team leg, and the left leg is going to be my personal leg. So we're going to refer to your personal leg and your weak leg as the same thing. Raise your hand if that makes sense. Weak leg and personal leg, same thing. Okay. Your team leg and your strong leg are going to be the same thing, okay? So the way that you can look at this is you go to my downline, you go to graphical genealogy, and it's going to show you, this is going to be you, it's going to show you all these people down here that are in your downline, and you can scroll down however many times. As you can see over here, there's Jennifer, Jessica, Kelly. Over here, there's Amber, Catherine, Diane. Okay, so this right leg, that is my team leg. So that is where all of the people above my first business center are signing up people. I know this is confusing, but just bear with me. So this is going to be my team leg because I'm earning volume from what the entire team is doing. So if I showed you guys my first business center, like it would take way too long to scroll down through everything. My first business center, my sponsor, Lindsay Caterino, my left leg is my team leg. So that leg, the volume is like 70,000 a week. And the right side is about 10 to 12,000 a week right now. So, of course, my left leg in that case would be my team leg. Will you guys all raise your hand if that all made sense? I know that this can all be confusing. If you have any questions, just type them in the chat box. And if you don't understand, please don't be embarrassed because seriously, it is so confusing. Okay, so what you want to do, getting back to how to grow your volume, it was just very important that I showed you how to understand that because none of this would make sense if I didn't. So as you're rank advancing, of course, when you go to Emerald, and everyone on here is Emerald and above, so this doesn't apply. But you want to know this to teach your coaches this too, so you still want to listen. When you go Emerald, of course, you have to have one on the left, one on the right. What you want to tell your coaches when they're rank advancing to Emerald, and if you're listening to this recording and you're not Emerald yet, you want to put one on the left, one on the right, of course, to go Emerald, and then you want to put your third and fourth coach on your weak leg to build that volume because then you're going to be able to cycle more. And when I say cycle, that's talking about the team cycle bonus, and that's something Jamie's going to talk about, so don't worry about understanding that specifically right now. So that's the whole thing that you want to do. Let me back up a second. So you're going to want to do that as you're building to Emerald and past Emerald. As you're building to Diamond, of course, you have to have 4 coaches on each side and 1 Emerald on each side. So that's 8 coaches total, and then 2 of those on each side has to be Emerald. Raise your hand if that makes sense. Everyone get that? Okay. And the benefits of rank advancing from Emerald to Ruby to Diamond and above Diamond is that your team cycle bonus, it's larger, so you're going to be able to earn more money on that. So that's the benefit of rank advancing above and beyond, and I know all of you on here know that, but I'm just saying that for the sake of people listening to the recording. So of course you want to build to Diamond. You're going to have to place people strategically to get to Diamond. Once you get to Diamond, you're going to want to put a few people on each side to build enough cushion just in case someone loses active status. So I would recommend having, I would say 6 to 8 coaches starting out on each leg that are active, or not active, but 6 to 8 in general. Once you get to that, then you want to just start putting everybody on your weak leg. Again, this is building for volume. So once you start rank advancing to 2-star diamond, 5-star diamond, 10-star, and 15-star, we're not going to talk about that tonight. You have to start being strategic by putting people on other legs, but don't worry about that right now. Jamie's going to crunch some numbers in a bit so we can talk more about that later. So for example, right now, I think I have 5 or 6 active coaches on my left side total, because I don't put anyone on that side right now because I have so much volume over there. So that would actually hurt my income to put more people over there. Because does that all make sense? Because then I won't be able to cycle more if I'm putting even more volume over there. It's all going to make sense once Jamie goes through this all. Okay, so another thing that you guys want to do, I'm jumping ahead. Whoops, okay, sorry. Jamie's going to get to all that. So you want to, when you're growing your volume, you want to put your second business center on your weak leg. So you don't want to stop at diamond, you guys, because yes, you'll make more money when you're diamond, but you're not going to like become a millionaire at diamond. You have to keep on going and keep on teaching other people to be successful. Once you're a 2-star diamond, then you can open up your second business center. So that's like a U number 2, and that's going to be someone else. You're going to cycle off of your first center and off of your second center. So it's like you're earning from what you're doing yourself. It's pretty flippin' amazing. It's like the same benefits of signing up for your spouse. So you want to put your second business center on your weak leg. And of course, to be a 2-star diamond, you just have to have 1 diamond on each leg. So you want to focus on 2-star as soon as possible. Let's see. If you don't have a strong team leg, there are some of you that your volume may be more balanced. But if your legs are like mine, where they're like 70,000 compared to 12,000, you're going to want to try to distribute people evenly on each leg once you're past diamond, which Jamie's going to talk more about that. So a couple other things that you can do to grow your volume, and then I'm going to give it over to Jamie. Sorry if I stole some of the content you were going to talk about, Jamie, but I was just trying to make it all make sense. You want to have contests and recognition around volume. So if you guys have noticed, when Jamie posts the leaderboard every week, how it says TV on it, that's recognizing for volume. So volume doesn't just come from challenge packs. Of course, you want to sell challenge packs to focus on Success Club and help people, because Success Club has amazing benefits and you get free money. But any sale that you have is going to generate volume on your team. So you want to recognize people even if they don't have sales that are challenge packs, and you can do contests around it. I mean, raise your hand. Do you like being recognized for success? I do. Heck yeah, that'll motivate the crap out of me, right? So I remember one of my first mentors told me that you always want to recognize what you want people to do more of. So if you want people to earn Success Club, recognize that. If you want people to go diamond, recognize that. It's your team culture, whatever you want it to be. And if you need ideas on that, don't ever hesitate to reach out to me or post in the team page or ask your upline. And then the other thing, like I just said, is you can sell other products besides challenge packs and Shakeology. There are so many other products that we have, and this is something that I'm getting better at myself and realizing that I need to improve upon. We have a club membership, you guys. I know Amy Silverman, she's like number 1 or number 2 in the whole company right now. She posted a video or something somewhere where she turned however many no's into like $800 by just having all those people sign up for the club membership. I don't know what 38.87 divided by 3 is off the top of my head, but I think it's around $12 or $13 a month. So if you sell club memberships, like it might not be a lot if you just sell a couple, but still it helps, and it helps people. And I mean, Beachbody On Demand has so many different workouts that you can do the whole thing. Like I just started Insanity the Asylum yesterday. The whole Insanity Asylum program is in there amongst a bunch of other ones. So you can definitely offer things like that. Of course, we have the Boost and Performance lines that just came out. There are so many other resources, sample packs that you guys can offer. So raise your hand if you're going to start promoting the club membership more, because that is something that I'm going to do. It's on my to-do list to start doing that every week and turn all my no's into club memberships, because that's genius. Okay, so if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to type in the chat box. And now I'm going to hand it over to the amazing, beautiful Jamie, and she's going to talk about numbers and more specifics.
All right, hey everybody. So just went over the basics, and I just want to kind of crunch some numbers and explain things a little clearer. I'm very much into like visualizing things and to see the nitty-gritty specifics. So like Jess said, in order to cycle, you have to first be Emerald rank, and second, have at least 100 points on your weak leg. So what that means is your weak leg, like Jess said, is your personal leg, And if you have at least 100 in your Emerald on one side, then you get $14, right? If that's at the Emerald status, and just to give you an idea of the difference between a rank, if you were to have 300 points on your weak side, then your diamond, instead of you earning $14 per cycle, it would jump to $54. So that in itself, a $40 difference off of 200 points with a rank change is huge. So not only is it important to rank advance when it comes to cycling, it's important to also make your weak leg stronger. So there's different ways to do that. Of course, you can, rank advance, become two-star diamond, put your business center on your weak leg, and do it yourself. It's a lot of work and hard work, but like Jess said, you cannot build a business by yourself. So what we recommend that you do is you put your business builders on your weak leg, because not only is your volume from your sales, it's through your team sales. And you guys, hopefully you guys all know that there's different types of volume. There's your personal volume, there's your, which is the volume generated from your personal orders or your customer orders. There's team volume, which is the volume from coaches in your downline. And then there's the left volume, which is your left leg, and then the right volume, which is your right leg. So let's see, I'm switching through screens right now. Okay, so not only is it important for you to set the example, in Summit, they said, lead the pack, be the example for your team. It's also super important for you to encourage your team, encourage the business builders. We never know when a discount coach is going to turn into a business builder. So definitely post things in your team page, talk to your coaches, let them know what you're doing, be the example, explain all of this to them, show them this training, and it will help you too. So, definitely encourage your downline. So with that being said, there's different caps. So I know a few times in our team calls, we've talked about, your rank is not like your worth. Of course it's not your worth. You guys are all amazing. Diamond doesn't mean that you're better than anybody else. We love all of you no matter what. However, there are certain rules in the Beachbody world and certain, stipulations of payouts. And of course, we want you to maximize your earning potential. And what that means is you have to be a certain rank in order to not lose your volume. So I'm going to screen share with you. And I found this website. Can you see that? I don't know whose website this is, but I found it and explains exactly. It goes with what rank you are and the total amount that you're allowed to cycle per week. So if you're Emerald, the maximum you can earn is $250 just in team cycle bonuses. And Ruby's $1,000, Diamond's $2,000, 1 star to 10 stars, $12,000. So just to put things in perspective, oh man, it's going to stop in 10 minutes. The meeting. Okay, just to put things in perspective, there's also a cap of you're only allowed to cycle 96 times per day. And that's, if you cycle 96 times per day, that is the $12,000 mark if you're 15-star diamond. So right now, all of us are not quite that far. We will be in the future, but I wouldn't worry too far about that. So the next thing I did want to show you that, just so you are aware that there are certain stipulations with numbers and crunching like that. And just to kind of piggyback off what Jess said, I wanted to share with you the difference in I made a chart for my own personal use, but this is the difference between the blue is the income I was making in 2014. The middle is July. So I went from coach to emerald and emerald all the way down. Then the red is 2015. So you can see the huge difference between me being emerald and me being diamond. So that's just something for you guys to think about. I mean, it's a huge difference of income by rank advancing. The other thing that I wanted to show you is here is my coach, the carryover volume for the online office. So even though we get paid out once a week, you cycle daily. And Chelsea, this is kind of what I was trying to explain to you a little bit. So if you look here, there's your period left volume, right volume, and then the total left volume. If you look at what happens each day, so this is another reason why it's so important to get sales daily, because that's what's counting. It goes towards the total period. So if you look at the first line, there is there's 90 points in my weak leg, and then almost 1,000 in my right leg. So the total RV, this, of course, that's my team leg. So that's just this team and anybody who enrolled after me. So that's the right and the left. So it's obvious that the left leg is my personal one. Okay, so the reason why there's all things considered, if you look, the difference between line 2, which is total left, which is 87, plus line 1, which is 90, and if I'm going too fast, just yell at me. So if you add those two numbers together, the 87 right here and the 90, that equals 177. So even though if I was to take you back to my volume page under just my volume, not my carryover, there wasn't that 100 points, there was only 87. I still cycled because it took the 87 points from last week from the day before and added it to the 12th. Does that make sense? Anybody? Yes, no? Raise your hand. Okay. All right. So that means that's why I cycled once. If you go down to the second, I had where I cycled twice, even though the left volume was 145, it took the 82 points from the line below and added it together to make it 227. So it does that within the week. So if you look under bonus period, all those days are August 12th, so that's the payout. If you go down on the 5th, all those days. So it happens every day. So for each sale that you have, it adds to the period, and then it cycles for the total volume. Okay, I try to say that slow. Hopefully it made sense.
Jamie, can you show them how to get to that report real quick?
Okay, so what you do is you go, this is the Coach Online Office, you go My Business, My Volume, My Carryover Volume.
And can you mention, maybe I'm jumping ahead, but could you mention like the significance of carryover volume and what that means exactly?
Well, the carryover volume is important because, like I said, if you don't have enough points to make your week leg 100, it will grab from your previous weeks or previous week leg, and then it will add to it. So you'll cycle. So sometimes, like if I had 500, like I think 2 weeks ago, I had 587 points on my weak side. So you would normally think, hey, I'm only going to cycle 5 times this week. Well, I cycled 6 because I had 13 points left over that I grabbed from. Now, it's important to really think about, hey, like all this carryover volume, like there's a cap on it. Beachbody only allows you to have they only allow you to keep 5,000 of those points. So once you hit 5,000 total, it flushes it out, and you're only allowed to keep 5,000. So you have to make sure you balance your legs. so like my team leg is my right side and it's huge. My left leg's not. So I personally build on my left side because I'm trying to balance it out, because right now my master flush cycle is happening, and that's, money that I'm losing. It's important to, it's like Jess said, she thinks it's beneficial to make your legs even. Or I'm sorry, I think you said did you say to put it on your weak? She said to put it on your weak leg. So if you do it that way, it's more easier to control as you rank advance, and your second business center could go on your weak leg, which would help make it stronger. But then so on the opposite effect, if you balance your legs out and they are even, they'll cycle more. So it's kind of like, a 401k. I hate to say it that way, but the more money you put into it, you will hold it for later. Or if you put less, then you get to take it home faster. So that's the way I would think about it. If your legs are even, then you'll get more weekly. But if it's not, if you build on the other side, then it'll pay off when you can build your weaker leg in the future. Hopefully that didn't confuse too many people.
There's something real quick too, Jane.
Yeah. I'm sorry?
No, I was just going to throw something in real quick, just so that everyone knows, because I didn't find this out until maybe within the last 6 months. If you lose your Emerald rank, all that carryover that Jamie is talking about is stored in a bank for you, so that once you cycle more, you can access that money. But if you lose Emerald and go to inactive, where many of your coaches do, you lose it all. So your money all goes bye-bye. So that's important to know.
Right. So that's another thing. I should have said that from the beginning. So you have to remain active status, and you have to have the personal volume of a specific amount. So Emerald is 50, Ruby is 75, Diamond is 100, and then Star Diamond is 200. Now, again, personal volume doesn't have to be your personal volume. It can be customers, but you have to make sure that, especially when you open your second business centers, that personal volume a month, you have enough customers in there that have 200 volume, and that's like two and a half Shaco customers. So you just have to make sure you're on top of that, so you can earn those cycles, or it will stay in a bank unless you go inactive.
It's about
thank you for reminding me.
It's about to hang up on us, so I'm just going to post a new Zoom link in the team page. So we'll explain more on the next Zoom. Bye.